Hey, what's up, guys? It is 11/23 2019, 1:09 a.m. Eastern time. The volatility is kind of low. I just wanted to do it at live trading, but the volatility is kind of low, so we're just going to discuss basically the current state, and we can do it live if you guys scalping and stuff like that. But the volatility is very low for some action. But we could see some action live before the end of the stream. It's gonna be a short one, okay? It ain't got nothing to do with our target, but we're gonna talk about our target and everything else. But it's something like we're gonna be talking about a bit and stuff like that. We're just gonna talk about the current state of the market, all right? So let's start off with the lower degree, okay? The 15 minutes. Because if you watch our previous live stream, guys, what we said when BTC was roughly around like I think 69 in this area, somewhere around here, okay? And basically we said the 50. Take a look at it. Okay, the 100, all right, the 100 EMA. So you can take a look at the 100 EMA. That was our target, and when I give you guys target of I was estimating the 100 EMA to be up to like a 82.80, but it went as high as like a 83.80. So but the target was basically the 100 EMA on the 15 minutes time frame, and that was live when we talked about it, right? BTC was in this area. Okay, so BTC was in this area, right? Somewhere around here. Okay, so we pushed to the 100 EMA on the 15 minutes, got rejected, got another rejection. We most likely gonna break it at some point, but because I don't think like we're gonna be keep dropping below it, right? And if you take a look at the structure of the market, let me take a look at the chat room. If you take a look at the structure of the market, just by using Elliott wave, you could be saying like, hey, I'm gonna try to count 5 waves in this area, okay? Trying 5, you cannot find 5 waves in this area. So if you try to count 5, like 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna be 4. Your 4 gonna be so off, like it's not gonna be in the same degree. So I wouldn't be counting this as 5, 4, and then trying to count 5 in this area. All right. If you don't know what you're doing, you can do it, but I wouldn't be counting this as wave number 4. This would be wave number 4 if like we gotta stop in this area, because it's gonna align with the same lower degree pattern. So you be like, okay, we got wave number 4 in here, we could get wave number 5, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems like we got a 3-wave pullback. Okay, this seems like a 3-wave pullback, and then we got another 3-wave pullback, and then this one we could make this wave. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Like it might try to force this wave to the upside. It's not going to change anything about the structure. So you got 3, 1, 2, 3. So if we break this area, you just have to count this one as an impulse, and then you're gonna look for this as a wave number 3. Okay, so this is gonna be your 1, 2, and 3 wave. Okay, this wave, okay, this wave to the downside, to calculate it, you just take your Fibonacci retracement tool, not a retracement but a extension tool, right? So you take your extension tool. We've done this before, guys, like for 4 hours before. I think like when BTC pushed the upside like 11K back in July, and most people were panicking, and then we did live, and then broke it down, and BTC dropped down to like a 9,700. So, and we called the top like BTC is now gonna push to the upside, right? So you could either take your arrow, look for the 1-to-1 extension to the downside. Good target gonna be like roughly around like a 70-50. It could be a temporary top, temporary bottom for another possible bull flag, and then get this move before making another wave to the upside, right? So the weekend could be hey, what's up H2O? Hey, what's up Paulette? Kelly in the house. Who else in the house? If you're watching, let me know if you're in the house, so I know at least we got 7 people watching, and then we could make a bigger one. Okay, maybe a Saturday night or Saturday morning, stuff like that, right? So we could get this move to the downside. If you're scalping, it is good to understand these. I love this pattern because that's the most profitable. That's why most of the time when BTC is dropping, I don't do anything. If I'm off guard, I just like, okay, I'm just gonna watch it, and then until like we get the biggest volume to the downside, and then I'm gonna take advantage of this. And we're gonna take advantage of this pattern. That's why, you know, when BSC was dropping from like a 10.5, we did not miss any move because we pretty much like a very skillful, you know, spotting these move to the upside and downside, right? So you can see that's the same pattern we got in that area. We could be anticipating it. So a 1-to-1 extension to the downside, as I just mentioned, gonna take us at 70.50. So if I were to scalp this move, I'm just gonna scalp it like you know, whatever leverage I want to do in this area and take it all the way down to like a 70.50, which is gonna be a nice, let's see, roughly a nice 2%. Okay, so if you're even doing 10x, that's gonna be 20% gain. Okay, if you're even doing 10x, that's 20%. So where would you put your stop loss if, like, you know, you're gonna be doing these type of leverage, right? And you say, hey, we still got a 3-way move down, and then we still can make this wave move to the upside, this one. All right, so you would just put the stop loss, okay, right above this area of your 21 EMA. Okay, you can see you got a nice trend line. Okay, you got a nice trend line. Everything is bearish on this area, okay, but you got a nice bearish trend line in this area. All right, so you be like, I'm gonna put it right around this area of my trend line, just above it. You know, if we like go above it, we got another possible rejection of, you know, by the area of this 100 EMA, this red line, and then you're gonna look for another entry. Okay, because you're doing like anyway high leverage. So if you get out in this area, short higher up to this area, you still can get your 1% down. All right, so that's how I would have, you know, would have at least like scalp this area if I was scalping. All right, so you got these moves, they're gonna give you at least, you know, 0.5% to 1.5%, you know, by changing direction. So if we go like, if BSC like decide to go this way, it's gonna give you, you know, a 1 to 1.5%. okay, 1 to 1.5%, just like that. Okay, you can see it's almost like a 2% move. Like if we get rejected by the 100 EMA, it's going to be roughly like 1.5. okay, if we drop to the downside, you got like a 2%. So it is a nice scalp opportunity. And then but we're going to see which way it is going to go, but most likely I'm looking for a 3-way move down, right? Okay, with a very tight stop loss, I'm looking for this 3-way move down. Okay, put a stop loss at like a 82.60, stuff like that. 82.60, very tight one. All right, it is only 40 points because you're doing high leverage. Just put it very tight. All right, if you get kicked out, let it go up, and then you're gonna get another one and even get a bigger drop, because this move cannot go up forever. Okay, it's not gonna go up forever. Hey, what's up, A11? So but it is a beautiful correction. Let's take a look at it on the hourly. When you take a look at the hourly, it gives you more evidence, like, hey, I should have scalped this move to the downside, because first of all, you take a look at your histogram, it is taken to the downside, right? You're getting like a negative slope right now. And you take a look at your the type of rejection you got. If I zoom it in, they pretty significant. Okay, they're pretty significant in terms of candle, but they're not significant in terms of volume, right? So we're gonna talk about that. So you take a look at the type of rejection we got: big candle, but very low volume. So that's kind of scary, right? So big volume, I mean small volume, big candle. Okay, you can see again, you got a very bearish candle, but very low volume. Okay, very low volume compared to this volume. So this is basically a correction. Okay, it is just telling me on a high degree I should not be even shorting it. Should just wait to get another rejection at right around 80, 82, no, 72, 80, in that range. All right, 72, because the volume on the hourly is not confirming like a move to the downside, but you still have to take a look at other indicators, right? Other indicators, but the pattern is calling for a drop. Okay, the pattern is calling for a drop. It's only the volume is basically calling for another move. Another thing also we always talk about, whenever you get a rejection week, you can look for like a basically 2/3 or like the first third or the half, okay, the first third to the half in this area, like a price to come back down within this range to retest it, okay, at some point, right, which is roughly around like a 68 to like a 69, okay, 68 to 69. So 68 to 69. Yeah, 72, 70. You know, we've been on that 8K range forever. Like I keep saying, like 82. It's just the same thing happened to me like back like when BC was in the 10K range. After we dropped 10K to 8K, I keep saying like 10-2, 10-2, 10-4, 10-4, because we've been in that range forever. So that's why I can't even like read alt sometimes, because reading like BTC numbers sometimes gonna throw me off. Reading like a you know, $10, $5, stuff like that. Yeah, that's our list. Let's move on to the 45 minutes. Okay, we take a look at the 45 minutes. We got we got something very, very significant. Okay, what is it? It is like a very big volume. Okay, we got a very, very big volume, and you can go back and that's bit stamp, right? And you can go back. That's the first time we got like such a big volume, you know, in this trajectory. Okay, that's the first time we get in this type of volume. So it only the way I like to look at it, it means, okay, the trend about to slow down. Okay, it's going to slow down. It can be, and I said it like last time, right, like less than 12 hours ago when we went live. It's going to slow down, right? So but it doesn't mean we're not gonna get volatility. It only means like we could be moving in this area, like the next couple of days until like the new 3 days candle start, or like the 9 days candle ends, right? So, but the volume is pretty big. It is. I mean, you have to pay attention to it. I love to talk about volume, and you know, like most of the time you can find the bottom or the top just based on volume. That's how we spotted the top, based on volume, okay, based on the monthly volume and the weekly volume. Okay, so you can see this volume is pretty big, so we're going to be looking for a sideways correction. Nice scalping opportunity in this area. Okay, nice scalping opportunity in this area. You take a look at your MACD, it's not in favor of a further push, even though like if like, you know, I put a stop loss at 72.50, the MACD on the 45 minutes is telling me, okay, the slope is too positive, so I'm gonna have to give you a double slope basically. Okay, I'm gonna have to give you a double slope and probably make that move, and a possible further drop. It's a lot to I mean, it is a lot into it. Sometimes trading is not hard, it's not very difficult sometimes, but it is just like it is just what you're looking for basically. Are you gonna get the right ingredient to make the decision, or you just gonna basically not do anything and then just sit on, right? So, but it is not a very difficult. Sometimes it's just, you just have to practice enough, and you just have to you know, reassess judgment most of the time, right? So let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. When we take a look at the 4-hour time frame, we don't have a pattern to keep going up, right? We don't have you take a look at your MACD. It is trying to give you a crossover, but this crossover, it is so low. I don't believe like it's going to be a straight line. Okay, it could be a double move. All right, it could be a double move at some point. So because it is so low, it's going to require so much momentum to just keep going all the way up, just like this. All right, it's going to require, this one is even lower. Okay, this one is even lower than this one, so it's going to require a lot of volume, a lot of momentum in order to push to the upside. And then you can see the divergence we got between price and on the 4-hour we got a big divergence between price and volume. Okay, you can see the volatility about to pick up. You can see volume is decreasing on a 4-hour time frame. That's not even like that's not even 1 hour or like a 15 minutes, right? The 45 minutes I showed you, the volume was very low, and then the price is still trying to like push to the upside. Okay, so at some point we're gonna get a very big volume. This is gonna create a lot of volatility, and then we could be looking for a possible bearish candle to come back, retest this area, or just get a rejection, in this area. Okay, get a rejection in this area. So, but volatility gonna be coming in very shortly. Okay, if not this current hour, current 4 hour, like with this 4 hour time frame, we started it on 11. So we got roughly 2.5 hours before this candle close. This candle close. So let's take a look at Binance. It could be different. Could be different. Okay. Yeah, it's the same structure. Okay, same structure. Same structure. Let's take a look at the 21. That's 21. $25, $21. All right. That's a 21 EMA on the 4 hours. It's not too close to the price. It is roughly around like 7,600. Okay, 7,600 is not. It is like 600. I mean, almost like 500 points away. So going towards like a 76 is it is kind of very aggressive to look for BTC to go up to like a 7,600. And yep. You take a look at the Heikin-Ashi, no sign of reversal yet. Very low, basically very low candles on the 4 hours. It's not a sign of reversal. So volatility going to be increasing, as we said earlier. So it is just a matter of rejection. So are we going to get rejected from the bottom first, or are we going to get rejected from the top? So, but volatility going to be increasing, and then it's going to give us like which way we're going to go. And at the same time, it's going to be hard to say like you're going to be going up or going down, but because you got multiple, like a very undecided candle, this one just going to be the biggest undecided one. Okay, coupled with your possible crossover, this crossover attempt to be successful, attempting to be successful, it could fail, right? It could get very close and then basically get rejected. So this is going to create a very big price fluctuation in this range. All right. Hey, what's up, Ash? We got Water, we got Paulette, Kelly in the house, 11 in the house, Ash in the house, and Sun Crypto also in the house, right? So I think we got. All right. So somebody else in the house hiding. Okay. So if you're hiding, let me know if you're there. Okay. It's free content. All right. You don't need to be hiding. So 4 hours is basically giving us basically a reversal pattern. All right. Wants to give us a reversal pattern. Okay, 12 hours still like on a straight line, so it is definitely time for BTC to slow down. Okay, one good thing we got is like the volume we got on the 12-hour bar is basically the biggest volume since like the sell-off started. Okay, that's the biggest volume since the sell-off started. The sell-off started, that's a good sign for the bulls, right? So the sell-off started in this area, right? With the volume on Binance was 56,000. Okay, after that the first selling pressure was like 45,000. The end of the selling pressure was 60,000, and then this volume is basically 65,000. So, and I always say and I always try to emphasize, like, guys, sometimes when you're looking for a market to slow down for scalping, look at your volume. Okay, once you look at your volume, you can see the difference between the top and the bottom. You got heavy pressure in this area, right? You got heavy pressure in this area, so it has to slow down. Okay, it has to slow down. So we're going to be looking for a sideways correction up and down, but we're still going to keep our stop loss very tight in that area, which is like I think 74. I changed it to 74.35 just because I didn't want the 1 hour, 100 EMA to basically kick us out, and it didn't kick us out, right? It went as high as like 83.80. I mean 73.80, but you can see we dropped 200 points, right? 200 points. I mean, we're looking for swing trades. Listen, swing trade are like if you're looking for the big move, just wait for like a. I said it like a month ago about the swing trade. Put some orders at 57 to 63. If you're looking for the to accumulate BTC, if you just want to be part of the action, up and down, enjoy the game and make profit at the same time, you can when we're shorting, you can get out, and when we're longing, you can jump in, right? But the swing trade, like keep your orders like 57 to 63. We said it like since August, okay? Since August. It's not like we said it now, right? It's not like something like we just like I said after BTC started dropping, okay? So still keep your orders like once again 57 to 63. I said it multiple times, guys. I said it multiple time. All right, and most of you guys wanted to go all in like at 10.5, thinking like that's a bull run, and I told you guys let's not go all in this area. That's not if you're familiar with BTC, guys. I'm so familiar with BTC. Like the first thing I showed you, right, on the 28th, I think like right around the 26 to 28, that's the first thing I showed you, okay? That was a thumbnail, BTC, and I was showing you like 2 arrows, okay, showing you this, right? For those of you guys are looking for a bull market, and you can see how we capitulated. But I did some research. This capitulation and this one, it's not similar, okay? The shape, the pattern is kind of the sideways correction I showed you is the same, the big move is the same, but the capitulation is not, okay? It's not the same capitulation. Just because I'm gonna show you on the R side if I don't forget, okay? I'm gonna show you on the R side, because the pattern on the R side after the drop in this area and the current pattern of the R side is not the same, okay? It's not the same, but the volume is basically calling for a sideways correction for the next couple of days, and it is bearish. Every single move right now, it is a short opportunity, but we just looking, even if like we can short it higher, not now, like if like I showed you on the Elliott wave pattern, we got this possible move to the upside in this box, right? For a flat correction, for a possible flat correction, and I showed you, okay? Showed you multiple times, right? I showed you this move like okay, multiple times. The A wave with the C wave, we don't know where it is gonna be at. It could be it could break the top, okay? It could break the top. It might not break the top, but it all depends. It could just go make a lower lows, okay, and lower high, excuse me, and it already made a lower lows, okay? Most people have been waiting for lower lows, right? Now they got it. So it could make a lower highs and just respect the trend line, okay? And Bitcoin was telling me about like BC going down to 65 is impossible, stuff like that, right? But you can see we went to 10.5 with a wick. We did not close above it. So as a trader, you just have to ignore it, right? You just have to ignore it. But you can see we basically hit the trend line but never close above it. And if you go like in most of my live streams, if you go most of you might not pay attention to it, but I was basically showing you guys like in this area the trend line, okay? I was showing you the similarity, like hey, pay attention to this, okay? Yeah, pay attention to this. That was like the first week of November, right? First week of November, right? So pay attention to it, pay attention to it. So, and you can see we never closed below it. Now we're retesting the trend line. can we break it to, can we drop down lower to a 65 to 66? Of course we can drop down lower, just like this move. Okay, just like this move right here. Okay, we got this correction capitulation move. We can still make this capitulation move and push to the upside. All right, so the RSI, regarding the RSI, we don't have no sort of divergence yet, so it's going to take some time, at least for the short term, right? It's going to take some time for the price action to develop, at least for the short term, right? Kind of give us a move to the upside. This move can be any sort of a corrective wave, a possible divergence, and we're gonna look for this divergence to find a nice long and look for the 0.618 to 0.786, right? If we get it, okay, if we get it. So, but it doesn't mean we go, excuse me, it doesn't mean we're going to the moon, okay? It doesn't mean we're going to the moon. It's like I said, we just want to get the best you know, shorting opportunity. You know, you just want to short that position and close it, okay? And close. You don't even have to do it like 10x and all of that, okay? Just do it like 5 to 7x, I mean 3 to 5x, and then just close it. And as soon as it drop, like let's say you open the position at 85, 86, right? And then BTC drop down to 81. You know, you just take like 10% profits, and then just put you know, stop loss, you know, maybe like 10% above. Okay, so even if like BTC goes up to that area, you're still going to be in profit. So you're just going to ignore all the wicks, right? All the, you know, possible fake out and stuff like that. All right, so but if like we can get this one, even like from the current price of a 70, low 70 to mid 70, a nice short opportunity. If like it turns wick, a nice short opportunity could be taken all the way down. Okay, could be taken all the way down. So moons alike. Moons alike, guys, moons alike. So it is a private live stream, so you guys, it is only for you guys. I haven't even done any public live stream since like we got the drop, so because I didn't have time for, you know, most group they gonna like go and say, hey, trying to get the most likes and then the most views, but I try to focus on you guys, and because I think like that's the most important first before I try to take care of the public with some likes and views, right? So let's take a look at the 3 days chart. We mentioned like a couple days ago, and we said it like even though we are looking for a long, right, we wanted that position to be like a quick, like a long position, you know, to avoid the death cross. The death cross already started, not the death cross, but the bearish crossover on the 3 days chart. It already started, right? And you can see not already started, but was about to start. Now we got this crossover. It's going to take some time before this crossover, before we get another, you know, bullish crossover, unless like we get like a 2,000 point move to the upside and price doesn't drop afterward. Okay, even a 2,000 point push to the upside might not, you know, sustain this might not like prevent this crossover from getting bigger. Okay, so that's very bearish. Okay, it is very bearish to get this 2 days crossover. I mean 2 days crossover and 3 days crossover, both of it. Okay, and I showed you whenever we get this crossover, BTC always drop roughly I think 13%, right? You can go back and double check it. We got a crossover in this area, and you can see we dropped like 23%. Okay, we got another crossover right around this. The crossover started like at right around 285. Okay, you can see we dropped also roughly around like a 20%. Okay, so the 2 days basically 2 days let's see, I think it was like we started the crossover right here. Okay, exactly. Okay, 20% drop. So it 20% drop after the 2 days crossover. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. That's a lot. It is time to get a reversal pattern similar to what we got back in 2018, and I showed you like a couple days ago also, like this move, we could be getting this move again. All right, it could be similar move. You're gonna push back up, sell off, push back up, right? So sell off, push back up. So, and I showed you, I'm gonna show you also about the trading. Almost bringing I forgot to mention it also, bringing talking about his indicator. I tried to back test it on the high degree. I don't trust it on the lower degree. So but I tried to back test it on the high degree. When I get some time, I'm gonna show you. And I posted it on the public Telegram group on the 21 days chart. It is extremely helpful on a bigger picture, like a 12-hour. I mean, not 12-hour, but like a 21 days, monthly, weekly stuff like that. But not on like scalping and stuff like that. So, but we're pretty bearish, guys. So our target is roughly 65 to 66. You don't have to wait for the target exactly. If you want to get out like 67, 68, you're happy with your profits, you can get out, or at least cut half of your position. Adjust your stop loss below entry, at least 100 points below entry. So like you're gonna at least secure like 50% of your, more than 50% of your profits. All right, you don't have to wait for the final price. All right, you don't have to wait for the final price. It is 72.20. 72.20. $72.20. 72.17. Anybody longing, or you guys still waiting for? Anybody shorting, or you guys still waiting for the BTC to go back up to 72.80 or 73.80? Anybody that's still shorting, not longing? Okay, you're on short. Okay, good. So what is your average? Did you get an average higher than did you wait it all the way up to 82, or you waited till it broke 82? I know we hit like 83 85 on BYBIT, but Binance we didn't hit it like 83.70. I did a long off 72 last night. Then sketch chart. Okay, 72.40. Okay, 72.40, 72.40, 72.50 is not bad. Not bad. Oh, you switch. I know what you mean, switch. Okay, you scratch. But when I woke up this morning, and I say don't long it because I just woke up. I didn't know what was going on. And I look at the chart, it was like 70, something like that, 60, something like that. I was like, guys, just stay careful, okay? I just wanted you guys to be safe. Market gonna be around forever. I keep saying it, all right? When you don't know what you're doing, just stay. Myself, okay? When I get caught off guard, like you know, get kicked out, all I do is just, you know, stay away, okay? Because I know I'm gonna get like an infinite opportunity to trade, so I'm not gonna rush into like getting into a trade. Yes, price action is beautiful. You don't get it every day. Once you get it, you want to take advantage of it. But if you're not ready, you're not ready. All right, you're just not ready, right? You're not ready. You're not ready. Especially when you just woke up, you don't know what to do. You haven't even drink your coffee, so you want to be like, let me just do what it has to, what it needs to do, and then I'm going to take business later on. Average H2 70. Okay, H2 72.20, 72.22. So yeah, regarding our Elliott wave count, guys, it is still in play. Okay, you guys remember, most of you guys been when we called the top, right? Called the 10-4, right? That time we were on leverage, and I could make these calls because I want leverage, right? But right now it's hard for me to make like a 2,000 point call because, you know, we might not survive. Okay, if I call like right now 10-5, I mean not 10-5, but 53 to 57, right? Most of you guys don't have the patience to wait. I cannot make like a 3,000 point call. You know, BC was in this area, and then we called it for like a 10-4 to 10-7, okay, in this area, and we hit that number exactly. It was 10-4. We dropped below 10-4 to 10-7, so that was still pretty good, okay, from like a you know, 13K stuff like that, according to BC, to drop down to 10-4. That's incredible, right? But going back to our you know, Elliott wave count, you can see we got we talked about it before. That's our XW, right? And then we got X, and then we got Y, okay? But we're not looking for WXY, but we're looking for W, okay? X, Y, okay? This one could be our next X, and then we're going to look for Z, okay? But one of the reasons why, you know, we're not looking for Z, right? One of the reasons we say like Z still got X is not done yet, okay? X is not done yet, because you got to remember, every single wave is 3, right? And we've been talking about it since like when first week of July, okay? First week of July, we drew all the patterns, say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, that, okay? So first week of July, okay, on the bigger picture, not even 4 hour, okay? So we got the 3 wave move down in this area, and then you can see this one, we also got 1, 2, and 3 down, right? But okay, our X, this X, okay, this X, that's a big question. Is it like, is this move is a 3-wave move, okay, or this move is part of the X, the initial X we got in this area? That's the biggest equation right now we have to solve. Because if like I'm gonna say, okay, this entire move, this move right here from like a 12.3 down to 72 is 1 wave, okay, I'm gonna have to get a 3-wave for the X then, okay? I'm gonna have to get 3 wave for the X, because this is not 1 wave. I mean, this is not 3 wave, this is 1 wave, okay? This is 1 wave. So X has to be 3 wave. Either it has to be like this, so that's what we were looking for, like this, right? That's what we were looking for, but we didn't get it. But we could get this move, right? This 1, 2, and 3, all right? So whether we're gonna drop down to like a 65 to 66, that's another story. But it is just like the bigger picture, okay? The bigger picture. We could get this move. This move could go all the way up to 0.786 or 0.618, okay? And that's why I was showing you at the beginning of the live stream. I was saying like ABC correction, right? Which is going to be A, B, and C correction, okay? So this wave also ABC, 1, 2, 3, ABC, A, B, C, okay, and then A, B, and C, okay? let me change the color to a brighter color. All right, so and if you take a look at it like that, right, it means we got another impulse wave. But it is very, very crucial. It is basically, we just have to be, I'm just gonna have to be very cautious, and you guys also have to be very cautious, because if this wave, okay, it's not, is validated as being like the ABC correction instead of this, okay, if this is gonna be the ABC correction, ABC correction, right, okay, it means like the Z correction could be ending very soon. We might not go all the way up to like a 95, 10.5 and stuff like that. It could just be a small wave down like this, okay, to complete the Z wave. Because as I said, this is just very, very impulse. It's just like a one wave to the downside, okay. So we're gonna need another wave in this area, okay, to complete the Z, because Z has to be 3. Z has to be 3. Just like if we say this wave is 3, okay, this one is 3. So this has to be 3 also, okay, 3 also. So we might not go all the way up like in this area. So hopefully it makes sense. It is it sounds complicated, but once you learn how to trade WXYZ or WXYZ, WXY or WXYXZ, it's gonna be very, very, very easy, and then you're not gonna worry about like counting 5 anymore, all right? Because you're not gonna have time to count 5 during a bull market, okay? When the bull market starts, you don't do that, okay? All you do is just sit tight, relax, and then collect your money at the top, okay? Make sure to know how to find the top before the next bull market top, right? So just like we found the top in this area, because it took us a lot of practice and a lot of market reading and stuff like that to understand like, hey, 14K gonna be the top even before we get to 14K, okay? 11K, we said like a 14K gonna be the top, right? So, and I got plenty of YouTube videos. If you go on my YouTube, you can my channel, yeah, you can see like where I was saying like 14K gonna be the easiest target, okay? Easiest target to hit. Not even just the top, but it's gonna be the easiest target to hit, right? So, and back to back, I think that was like June 23rd and June 24th, right? Okay, and June 4th and June 7th, BTC was like 7K, 7200 exactly, right? Like it is right now. I was telling you guys, we're going to 11K, okay, 11 to 12, right? It's all in my YouTube, okay? Everything is in my YouTube, so it's not just like talking. So talking, stuff like that. It's not about bragging neither, right? Oh, you sure 7.2, okay. Guys, and if you're not comfortable with your position, let's say you're going to sleep and you're not comfortable, just cut it, all right? The weekend could be very boring, so you're gonna sleep well. You're not worried about like losing money in case like your stop loss got hit, right? Just close it. And Sunday, we got Saturday, we got Sunday, we got Monday, you know, and those days never die. They just, you know, they come every week, right? So you're gonna get more days and more trading days, right? So don't over trade, and you're gonna get plenty of opportunity, please. Right? If you're not comfortable, we hit the target exactly, right? We just went over like 100 points above the upper level of the target, but still, if you're not comfortable, just, you know, if you're moving like below your average, just close it off and say, hey, say, hey, I'm gonna take care of you tomorrow, right? I'm gonna take care of you tomorrow. You know, don't force the trade, okay? So let's take a look at Ether, right? Ether, you can see like as we mentioned, like since like guys, Ether was I think Ether was like 219 like back in like September, right? So we were calling for this Ether like 141, like a 141 to like a 135 in that range, and you can see today we dropped like all the way down to 136. Sometimes it is just like you gotta be patient. If you're patient enough, you know, you know you're gonna get the target. But that's extremely bearish, man. This is very bearish, okay? The highest I can think of is the Ether going is like 50% of this candle as up to now, right? Just to practice, just to be consistent, which is 50% of this candle, which is also the previous bottom close. Okay, most of these candles, they basically only 2 candles were able to close at this line. Okay, these 2 candles, so which is also 50% of this body candle, which is a nice possible short opportunity if it goes up there. Okay, if it goes to like 162, if it goes to 162, and even if you look back in this area, you can see like 162 was like a major resistance. Okay, but heavy support. Okay, support. Okay, basically support, resistance, support. Right, so this area we broke for Ether is, I mean, it's not a joke, man. It's not a joke. It's not a joke, man. It's pretty serious. Okay, it is pretty serious. So it is very serious, guys. Very serious. Can we go back above it? Of course, absolutely, we can go back above it. If we go back above it, and I still believe, right, Ether gonna make a new low. And I said it when Ether was like, what, guys? Ether was in this area, okay, making this flat correction, right? This flat correction. So that's one thing we can get in this area. Instead of like jumping back up, we can just make a flat correction before dropping down further, just to get more momentum, right? Just to get more momentum. But I don't think it's gonna be a straight line all the way down to like $100. Okay, it's gonna be some noise, so you just have to understand how to read it. So if you're not comfortable with Ether right now, just don't do anything. Okay, just maybe short it like low leverage, 3 to 5x maximum, right? And just let it, you know, do whatever it has to do, and then keep going, right? Keep going, because that's pretty severe, man, guys. Like it is pretty much similar to the move we got in this area, right? So it has to slow down. Okay, it has to slow down. It has to slow down and wait for these moving averages to at least like come into contact with these with the pattern, or very close to the pattern, and then we're gonna keep dropping, right? It's gonna give the RSI enough momentum to go back up. All right, give the RSI enough momentum to go back up. Yeah, that's a 2 days chart, not even like the daily. Okay, it's gonna give the RSI enough momentum to get some juice, right? Just to drop. Okay, just to drop. Just like this. Okay, just like that, right? You can see it in this area, just like that. 3-way move. 1, 2, 3. Right. 1, 2, 3. May 11 in a house. Right, guys. 72 is very boring right now. So 70 to 100 range. Let's move on to LTC. We don't have any structure for LTC, but LTC, you can see, guys, you don't even need to do any Elliott wave count. All you have to do for LTC is pretty much very easy. All you have to do, sometimes I like LTC because all you have to do is very easy to analyze. That's all you have to do, guys. That's all you have to do. Okay, all you have to do is just do this. Double bottom at 0.618. That's not bullish. I always tell you guys, 0.618 sometimes is not bullish, depending on how long it took you to get there, right? So and what type of correction you make, the asset made to get to basically 0.618. You can see we double bottom, but this is not prominent. Okay, let's see, you know, get this correction in this area. Most people are going to turn bullish again, and then we're going to look for 0.786, and 0.786 for most coins. Okay, most alt crypto, they don't respect 0.786. Only few of them respect it. All right, maybe 10% of them. The other 90% of the crypto, they're going to double bottom to give you a possible fake out, and they're going to break the low. All right. So, and I've been saying it since Litecoin was like 106, and I'm gonna keep repeating it, right? That's when we say Litecoin gonna, you know, but most people, they don't want to hear when you tell them like something is at the very top, like 2017 when BC was like 20k. If you tell them BC gonna go to 3k, they're gonna be like, you crazy. Even myself, okay, when somebody say we're going to 3k, because you know it's a sentiment, okay? You don't understand a lot. All you want to do is just make money, you don't understand market cycle, you don't understand pattern, you don't understand volume, you don't understand Elliott wave, you don't believe anything about TA, you know, you just believe about fundamentals, and then you're gonna be like, we're going to the moon, right? So including myself, I thought we were gonna go to the moon, right? But it, you know, it got delayed. So but it is what it is, right? So we have to suffer the consequences, right? So you know, at the top of 140, I did not call it, but as soon as we got this correction, you know, I was like, that's a very impulse wave to the downside. Okay, and you gotta understand these moves. Okay, these moves, like you get this move at the top, a strong wave to the downside, kind of like a bull flag, but sometimes it's not a bull flag. It's very impulse, right? Let's see. Let me zoom it in. Sometimes it's not a bull flag. It is gonna be very impulse, like ether, right? We made this top formation, very impulse wave. You know, very strong push to the upside. Most people are gonna be bullish, but you're gonna look at your volume. Okay, you're gonna be like, look at what I got, man, and look at this. This is not good enough for this engulfing candle. That's a fake out. So I didn't say anything. I was just waiting, right? So, but after we drop down in this area, roughly around like a 382, right? Roughly around 382, we push back up, drop back down, and then you know, as soon as we made this move, I was like, man, that's actually corrective, right? And Litecoin gave us this move. Everybody was bullish. That was like we were in a public group, right? Everybody was bullish. I was like, man, look at this. That's not something you want to mess with, right? Especially after a correction, right? The end of the correction, that's first of all a correction. Second of all, this is a rejection candle, right? The only thing I would have do if I was shorting Litecoin, just wait 50% of this candle. I would have missed it, right? Because we came back up, but we did not retest $100, right? After we closed. Okay, we just retested like 1/3. That's why I say, like, sometimes don't do it 50%, just do it 1/3. 1/3 most of the time you can, if you put your short 1/3 of this rejection week like this, you would have hit it like a 99. But if you put it like exactly at 1/3, you're gonna miss it, or at least you like ladder your position from the you know, basically from the close all the way up to like a 2/3. You just ladder your position. All right, so you're gonna get it's gonna get filled, right? It's gonna get filled. So that was you, like back in 2017. I know, man, most of us can relate to one another, like what happened like back in 2017. So and it's coming back. It's gonna be crazier than 2017, right? It's gonna be crazier. It's gonna be crazier. But Litecoin, guys, we don't have to do anything. If most of you guys not shorting Litecoin, but we got a very pretty engulfing candle, so a possible push to the upside just to either retest like 50% of this candle. That's why I'm thinking like basically after we bottom at the 65 to 68 area, we got another possible juicy move. Okay, Litecoin could retest like 50% of this candle or 50% of this one. But since like this one was a strong, let's look to the left in this area, a strong support resistance in this area, we might not need to break it. Okay, we might not need to break it. We might just make a correction below it in this area, like make a correction just like we did in this area, but a smaller one. Okay, just like we did in this area. Okay, make a small correction, just bump it back and forth before like continuing the trend. Okay, and I keep saying it, man, Litecoin, we're gonna get to some we're gonna get some crazy numbers, man, crazy numbers. I hope not, but and I told you I got like Litecoin like a big, not big order, but like a nice order at $7. Hopefully I get it, but yeah. Besides that, after a certain level, I'm gonna accumulate more again. So I'm buying weekly every Monday too, so it's not a. But get a heavy order just in case you get a wick to the downside, or we break market structure. because Litecoin on the bigger picture, if Litecoin on the bigger picture, right, that's a big picture, like from 2017, and you can see like Litecoin January 2017 Litecoin was $3, so it's kind of crazy. So even 2 years later, Litecoin is still like 10x, right? So if we just take the bull market of 2017, just January 2017, all the way up to, you know, all the way up to 360, 360, 370, depending which exchange you use. You can see Litecoin basically give, man, look at Litecoin, man. It gave us exactly what BTC do. Like, it dropped all the way down to 0.618, right? And then basically push all the way back up to like 236, the previous, not the exact previous resistance, right? As far as Fibonacci, and then dropping back down. Okay, we're dropping back down. So what can you expect? You just have to expect like a double bottom at the, you know, at the 0.618, right? Just like BC did. Okay, BC just pushed back up from 0.618 and drop back down to 0.6. I mean, push from 0.618 and drop back down, basically double bottom, right? So if Litecoin gonna double bottom at 21, we can get a possible fake out just like this, a 3-wave move like this, and then retest like a 0.786, right? So most people are not ready for this. Okay, they're not ready. Okay, they're not ready for like I said, when Litecoin was 106, right, 107, calling for this number, but they weren't ready. Okay, they weren't ready. Nothing bullish about Litecoin as up to now. Nothing. Okay, the only bullish pattern we got for Litecoin is like we got a support on the 21 days. I mean, the 21 candle, 100 EMA. Okay, the 100 EMA. That's the only thing we got bullish about Litecoin. Beside that, nothing is bullish. Okay, nothing is bullish. Okay, another bullish thing is like the volume is decreasing on the bigger picture. So they're gonna make you believe like, oh, look at this. Okay, look at it. The volume is decreasing, price is decreasing, so that's bullish. Yes, that's bullish. Okay, that's bullish, but I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy the structure. Okay, I'm not gonna buy that during bull market. Volume gonna decrease while price is decreasing and volume is decreasing. That's a sign of correction. True. Okay, that's absolutely true. But looking at the overall picture, okay, you can ignore that. Okay, you can ignore that rule. You can ignore that. Looking at the overall structure, right? You can ignore the rule. So let's see if like we're gonna hit Litecoin. Like that's a medium to long term target. It could take us like forever to hit it. I'm not saying like Litecoin not gonna push back up and give us 3-way move like up to like you know, if BC going to 10.5, right, or whatever, 95 or 85, Litecoin can, you know, steal the show and give us 3-way move, corrective move in this area, and a further drop, right? So it all depends where we're gonna get that correction, but we're gonna get it. All right, we're gonna get it. So we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Yep, on Hakanashi, no sign of reversal. Okay, no sign of reversal. Let's move on to King XRP, guys. XRP on Bitfinex. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it on Bitfinex. Poloniex, right? Poloniex. Sorry. So XRP on Poloniex, we're looking great as far as like a support. So most of you guys not ready for XRP to make a big move. I'm starting to get confident as long as we stay above 21 cents to 20 cents, right? I'm getting very confident we can get this move. Okay, we can get this move. All right, so we can get this move. So on the Hakanashi, I wouldn't be if I'm being consistent, right? On the Hakanashi, I wouldn't look for this big wick to the upside. I wouldn't be looking for this move. Okay, I would be looking for this move. All right. So But as up to now, we are bearish. Okay, we are bearish, but we're getting a heavy support from a previous resistance, and not just that, on the Heikin 21 days candle, we never tested like what, I think we only tested like 21 cents like once. Okay, that was like back in September, and then that's the second time we retested it. Today like low was like 22. Okay, so we haven't even retested 21. Okay, we haven't even retested 21. July, September 2017, October, let's say. Yes, I think October 2017, that's after the swell, that's when we dropped like down to 18 cents. Okay, that's the last time we retested 18 cents before we pushed it upside. Because I remember, like I keep saying it, okay, I had some XRP, plenty of XRP like in this area, and I sold it after the swell. I was pissed, and I was thinking like XRP gonna, I was a newbie, right? So I was thinking like XRP gonna push it upside to $1, right? And I was like, man, you know, I'm pissed. XRP is not gonna push it upside. I sold all my XRP, right? And one of the other reasons I was pissed, was like XLM, I think, stole the show in this area. Went up like 100%, man, the day of swell 2017. So I was very pissed. so and I was like, man, XRP is not gonna go anywhere. So I sold out, and then you know, readjusted my portfolio before November, and I, you know, picked up some VChain, picked up some I think like some Power Ledger, I can't remember, Bitcoin Cash, XLM, Tron. I picked it up like late December. So I picked up some Neo, added some more Neo, Litecoin. You know, I can, you know, it was like I only got like I had like 15 coins in my portfolio back then. You know, 15 coins, yeah, 15. And I took all my Ether, right? I had low Ether. I took all my Ether and I converted it into 15 coins. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna convert it, including Ether, right? Including Ether. So basically 14 other coins. I mean, your stop loss. Thank you for the question, Gupta. If you guys have any question, just let me know. All right, so we can just discuss it as you know, as we are going live, right? Let's you're asking about stop loss or BTC BTC pumping, right? So 82.55, right? So Iceman in the house. So the reason why you just, if you're slipping, just put your stop loss. Even though like you see what happened last time, BTC pumped like 3,000 points. Those stuff, you cannot control it. Okay, I cannot control it. You cannot control it. Nobody can control it. A good news, a Tether food, a China food, those stuff, you just put your stop loss. Okay, just, I mean, even if you want to put your stop loss higher, yes, you can. Okay, I'm secure enough. I'm willing to lose 10% of my position. I'm doing 3x. I can put the stop loss 3% higher. Okay, so 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so you know you're 9%. But just put your stop loss. You're doing 3 to 5. If your stop loss is like roughly 10.8, right? I mean, if your liquidation is 10.8, most likely you're doing somewhere like what? Let's see. That's 10.8. It is almost 3,000 points. That's 50%. So you're doing like, I think like 3x, something like that, right? Roughly around like a 3x, 3 to 5x, 3x, yeah, 3x. So you're doing about 3x. I know you're pretty safe, but if you're looking to win like 15%, let's say 3 times 5, that's 15. You gotta be able to lose just about 3%. Okay, 3%, and then readjust. But don't sacrifice your position just for a 15% gain, right? Don't sacrifice your entire position. Yeah, we wanted to do live trading, but it is basically the volatility is low, so but we still talk about everything we could be getting. And then you can see in this area, like we said, it is starting to look bullish, right? So we at the beginning of the live stream we said we can make this move 1 2 3, 1 2 and 3. Okay, 1 2 and 3, this move, right? So we could make this move, so that's going to be your W, X, and then we're going to get this Y correction down, right? So let's see. But if I'm scalping, like I said, I'm just going to put my stop loss in this area. So I would have got kicked out and just wait high. Okay, just wait high, then. So the R side already double bottom, so it's going to get enough momentum to either get this, close above this 15 minutes 100 MA, or at least get rejection from it, right? So this is a one, that's also a corrective move, right? And then we could get this, all right? So that's going to be your A, B, C correction, or your WXY correction. Wake up in trouble. Downside target for Ether, let's see, because Ether downside target, guys, we talked about it. I know Kelly gonna remember when I was saying Ether gonna go all the way down to 150, right? And she was like 150. Ether was like almost $200, so 150 to 130, right? So most of you guys didn't believe, but everything was in the chart. Okay, everything was in the chart. Everything was in the chart. Oh, yes, I remember H2O, man. I remember the first week of September was nice, right? The first week of September, yeah. I remember telling you, okay, you're good, like you're good for the rest of the month, because I think it was a Saturday. Okay, I told you that. I said Saturday or Sunday, right? I told you that. And then I think September 10th. No. Hold on a second. That was the last week of this area. Okay, this area. Last week of no, that was October. Okay, that was first week of October in this area. All right, that was a Monday. All right, I think like I woke up with 8100. Okay, I woke up with 8100, and I think somebody called me in the group and say, "Hey man, wake up, we got." I was like, I took a look at the chart on my phone and I was like, man, we're going to 88. So, but that time 700 points was a lot, right? 700 points in this area was a lot compared to like a 700 points in this area, right? It's still 700 points, but you understand what I mean, right? So and we short, but luckily we shorted at the top. Okay, we shorted at the top, at the very top, like 80. I think entry was 86.50 to 85.50. All right, and then we took it all the way down. All right, and then we shorted again at 83, and then we took it all the way down to 72. Right. So the rest is just kind of it's different story, right? So okay, Ether, let's move on to Ether for Gupta. Okay, mid 2 BTC, and then Iceman send was entry on top of 3 at the top 3 1. Hey Iceman, you just woke up. I don't understand what you're asking, man. Say yes, that was the first week. Yes, that was the first week of October. I remember. October was rough, man. Like, but it was nice. Like, even though it was rough, we basically killed every single move in this area. We didn't, it pushed it upside to 86. We killed it, pushed it upside, back up, because even when BC was in this area, I told you, like, once we drop down in this area, we're gonna make 3 wave. Because most of you guys don't listen to what I said, but what I be saying. But if you just listen to what I be saying, right? Sometimes I just trying to teach you some stuff. That's why I be giving you so many details. But if you just listen carefully what I'll be saying, right, you can see like most of it, you know, be happening. Okay, this move, even though like I was saying we're gonna make this move to 9 first, you saw, I told you many times, this move is very possible, this corrective move, right? So entry for BTC, look for the target was 7180 to 7280. We went as high as like a 7380. Look for the target, guys. Okay, let's move on to Ether, right? So Ether, and Ether, that's a setup we had like just like on the lower degree, right? So let's move on to another one. Okay, big volume. So Ether, you can see like, you can argue like, oh, we got a triple top. We got a, you know, we got a triple bottom, and you could say, oh, we got this triangle also in this area, so we're gonna look for Ether to push back up. Yes, Ether can push back up, but it doesn't mean it's bullish. Okay, it is a different way of looking at it, but it doesn't mean it is bullish. Okay, someone, you know, with a bullish pattern, I was looking at the market and studying it, right, can say, oh, Ether, we're gonna be moving in this channel, and then next target for Ether gonna be like along this area, right? But like I told you, right, this is just like my personal study and looking at the action of Ether, see like what could we be doing. And I was exploring this stuff because I know most people are gonna be talking about Ether going back up to $600, right, or $1,000. So, but Ether, guys, if you just take the current state of Ether from the low $80, right? From low $80 to like $360. We just gonna look for 0.786, just like I said about Litecoin. Okay, just like I said about Litecoin, we just double bottom at 0.786. That's not bullish. That's not bullish at all. That's not bullish at all. So we could possibly make another wave up to, you know, some, you know, up to 50% of the current selling pressure, a possible push to the upside, right, up to like a 160 to 163, and then you know, get the further sell off. It might not get that, but we just have to be very careful, right? And then drop down to the low $100. Okay, even lower than $100, because if you take a look at your this entire correction, and you look for your 1.27 to 1.41, if you're a long-term hodler, right, 1.27 gonna be $50 Ether. Okay, $50 Ether, right? 1.41 gonna be $41 Ether. And most of you guys gonna be like, that's crazy. Okay, yes, that's crazy, but that's a bear market, guys. Okay, hype don't win over bear market. Hype only wins over bull market, right? Okay, so hype over bear market, I take bear market all day, right? All day. I know they got a lot of it has a lot of hype and stuff like that, but when Ether was like just like Litecoin 250 in this range, was making this correction, and I was like, all these coins, they're gonna drop 50%. That was like long time ago, guys, long time ago. Ether was in this area, made the same exact move as Litecoin, three-wave move, correction, bang, right? It gave us some tough time in this area, but it is what it is, right? It is it's a market, right? It's always gonna give you a tough time. Right? That's not crazy, man. It's not crazy until it gets there, right? I mean, it's crazy until it gets there, but once like it gets there, it's not crazy anymore, right? Like BTC dropping down to 3K, everybody was like, man, that's crazy. BTC never gonna drop down to 3K, right? So nothing is crazy, man. It's just how you perceive the market. Nothing is crazy. Nothing is crazy. Nothing is crazy. Nothing is crazy. The craziest thing is like BTC going from $900 to $20,000. That's crazy. That's crazy. And it happened, right? It happened. I mean, $40 to $50. That's relatively the same thing, right? That's relatively the same thing. But guys, you guys gotta remember, Ether dropped down from almost $1,500, okay, all the way down to $80. So it's nothing to be like a bit surprised about Ether dropping to those areas. Like, you just have to take it as it is. And we said it like August, okay, when BTC was like 14K. So I got a live stream, okay, I got a public live stream out there, okay. If you want, I can put a link in the Discord channel. I was telling you, I think Iceman was in the group too, right? Guys, gotta be mentally ready, okay? You gotta be mentally ready for these crazy numbers, all right? Gotta be, nobody out there not gonna tell you these numbers, okay? All right, nobody out there not gonna tell you Ether gonna drop down to 140 when Ether was like $300, man. You know, Litecoin gonna drop down to below $50, $45. I've been calling it forever, right? Even though, you know, I'm accumulating Litecoin, it's just to tell you guys not to fool yourself, right? Right? Not to fool yourself. What BTC wants to do, it wants to drop. I don't think we hit that 7250 I was talking about, right? I don't think we hit it, but let's see. You can see. So it is engulfing. So what do you look for? So instead of that, we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got this push to the upside. No, we want to look for this move, right? So that's very engulfing now. So you look for 1, 2, 3 instead of your 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3 instead of this, you get this. Okay, this internal wave. This wave can also be a double move, so don't be fooled. Okay, it can do this and push back up, so don't get too excited before doing this. So don't get too excited. And like we said at the beginning of the live stream, so if you even put your stop loss just about this, above this area of I think when we started the live stream, it was right here, right? We said like put your stop loss like just above this area for the 21 EMA. It wouldn't be a hit, right? So you can see, okay, it did not, because target was like put a stop loss at 254, right? And you can see it above the 21 EMA on the 15 minutes. It's not hit. So I wouldn't, if I calculated the if I was trading on my own, I would have even put it like a 268, just because this wick in this area, this reversal by the candle, you always want to look for 50% of it. Okay, we always want to look for 50% of it. So we missed this one. No, this one we didn't miss it, okay, because we got rejection in this area, so it went back up. But this one, we got a full body candle. This one basically neutralized it, and then we got a full body candle in this area. We got the tweezer, and then we got this one. So basically what we need to look for now is this one, price to go back up in this area, like 226 to 230, right? Just to retest 50% of this candle. Right? It doesn't mean like it cannot do this, right? So it doesn't mean it can do this and then push and then get this rejection. So if you're scalping, you're like, okay, that's a nice short long opportunity. That's like 0.6, not even 1. So you can scalp that, right? Unless you're doing 50x like ICX. I mean not ICX, but Iceman. Waking up in that short head, I know, man, it was crazy. I remember H2O water. It was crazy. So it's pretty engulfing, right? It's pretty engulfing. So and another example of this these engulfing candle, if you just want to be safe, look at this, right? Big engulfing candle, you're gonna be like, oh, price is going down. No, it's not gonna go down, it's gonna go back 50% of it, right? And what you can expect next, a downtrend. If you scalping, you just take this I mean, it's gonna work 80% out of time, right? You got your 2% drop. Look at this, guys. If you Iceman, you're doing 50x. That's you know, 50. That's like, you know, you're doing $50, 50x. Iceman. That's I'm not encouraging you to do it, but I'm just giving an example, right? So I wouldn't be surprised, like if I'm just like a price we get another reversal up to 72.20 to let's just say 72.22, right? 72.14, and then you take the short and then just watch it for 1% drop. Okay, if you miss it, it's okay. All right, you miss it, it's okay, because you're scalping. But that's a great technique to remember. Okay, you just have to be careful now. You just have to be careful, because always remember, you have to count your wave. Okay, so if I'm doing it and I count this 1, 2, 3, I wouldn't do it on this wave. Okay, I wouldn't do it on this one, because I know I already got 3 waves. Okay, I already got, some people are gonna count 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's not 5. All right, at least for me, it's not 5. All right, so after this 3-wave move, I know we're gonna pull back up, and then just look for your resistance area, because you got 3-wave move, 1, 2, 3. Okay, this wave can be either 3-wave or it can just be a single wave. Just retest your B correction, A B correction, this B wave, right? Let me just draw it properly. Hopefully this thing gonna be very useful for you guys, like to scalp like this, right? So when you get in your B wave, you can get another ABC correction like this, right? Like this, you can get another ABC correction like this, or you can get another A, okay, B, another ABC like this, right? Like this, right? So another ABC like this. So just count your 3 and then target your B wave. Basically, most of the time your B wave, practice it with low leverage now. Don't go and do it high leverage, high margin. Just practice it over time. You're gonna as soon as you see the candle moving, you're gonna catch it. Okay, as soon as you see it like start moving, just like when we started the live stream, when I was saying, like you know, the possibility of putting my stop loss in here, and if in case like BC make this move, and then I'm not gonna get stopped out, because I'm just gonna look for 1-to-1 extension of of this move, right? If that's the bottom, look for a rejection at, you know, roughly around 7,300 or above, right? So yeah, you done it 10 times. That means you can do it 100. It means you can do it 100 times, right? So, but you have to be careful, all right? So you do it like, you know, 10 times in a row. Monero, ICX, man. ICX love those privacy coin, man. Thanks a lot, Iceman. So yeah, so, and as we said, 50. So I don't like this drop. So this drop is not, it's not convincing. So I don't like this drop. So let's see if it wants to give us this. Okay, if you're shorting like from like where we shorted, enter the short, like let's say if you wanted to enter the short like a 72.50 in that area, you're still gonna be okay, right? So all you have to do is just put a stop loss at your entry, and so you want, if you're scalping, okay, just put a stop, like let's say you're scalping at your entry was like 72.80, and then just put your stop loss at 72.80. That's it. But that's pretty engulfing. So pay attention to basically 70.50, okay, very close to 70.50, 70.50 to 70.80. It could be the next area where we are gonna face some challenge if we drop in that area, right? So we got 382 gonna be 71.30. 50% gonna, actually 50% gonna be a 70.50, and 0.618 gonna be 69. on BYBIT, right? 69.80. That's even better, right? 69.80, right? So, and if you ignore the wick to the downside, you just look for like a, you know, 70.84, right? 70.84 if you're scalping. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, so volatility been increasing a lot the last couple of days, right around like 2 a.m. to 5 p.m. At 5 p.m., 5 a.m. So let's see if we can hit our target in that area, right? And this entire correction, if you ignore the wick, again, another valid reason to look for like a 66 in that range is like a, you know, 1.4 to 1.27 going to be in that range of 67 to 66. Okay, these 3 Fibonacci area. Okay, if we break the current market structure, right? Not sure if we're going to break it, but if we break it, that's also going to hit our target, but I'm not sure if we're going to break it tonight. You're not going to scalp with $700 moves, man. I mean, you cannot scalp with $700 move, man. $700 move gonna get a lot of noise, right? The only thing, basically, you just saying you're shorting with, you're not scalping, you're just shorting, or you trading with a swing trading with high leverage, but I wouldn't call it a scalper, okay? A $700 move, 700 points move, it's a lot, man. So it's a lot. That's a 10% move if you look at it, okay? Like at the current state of BTC, low 7K, it's like, you know, 9.5 to 9.9%, right? So times 10, that's almost like you're doubling your money, right? For a 10% move. So you have to remember that, okay? 700 points is not anymore 7%. Okay, it says 10%, but BTC looks like it doesn't care about the percentage. It only care about the points. So if it wants to drop 700 points, whether it is like 10,000 level or like a 700 level, it's just going to drop 700. So you high. I see. Yep, it is slowing down. Big engulfing candle. Beautiful candle, guys. This candle alone is 0.5%, so it is 0.5%, guys. Look at it, it's 1%. This move, just this move is, you know, is 1%. Okay, just this move. So scalping can be fun, man, if you're patient enough and understand what you're doing. You know, put your understand the right move. So if I were to scalp, if like we were scalping this one, I'm just gonna wait for this move to like a 72, something like 72.20 to 72.15, and just try to take it in this area, anticipating this being the correction, and then look for this move like a 1% down again, right? Man, cron is up. Bitcoin Cash still moving sideways. No sign of reversal yet on the daily, nor on the no sign of reversal. So no sign of reversal. Yeah, even 100 points is sometime. Yeah, 150 points is roughly what it is, roughly 2%. So that's doable. It means you just have to be patient sometime, right? Like watching BTC drop down from 70 to 100 to a 7K could be a pain, right? Could be very painful. Yeah, but just be very cautious. Be very cautious. If you take a look at your bigger time frame first, your 12 hours, see like how you're moving before you move to the lower degree. Check your basically daily. See like, oh, if I'm going to be scalping, I'm going to be scalping with this very low candle. Okay, what's the possibility of this candle dropping very high? It is very high. It means like I can at least retest the 50% of this week. That's a very high probability already. So you get some sort of idea, and then you move on to your 18. You take a look at your 18. You okay? I'm getting the tweezer. Move on to your 12. You can see 50% of the body candle also, and so on, right? So you can see like your 4 hours is pretty clean. Okay, volume is decreasing. But price is moving up, so at some point you're gonna need this move. Can you go higher and then drop lower? Yes, you can, right? So and then you move forward to your 4 hour, right? Your 4 hours, if you just jump in, we talked about it, right? Volatility gonna be increasing. At the beginning of the live stream we said it like volume is extremely low, right? So the next 4 hour candle gonna decide which way we're gonna go, right? So but volume is extremely low, and then price is basically moving on a curvature way. So we could get this move or get a rejection higher, right? But according to the lower degree, we most likely gonna get the move to the downside. So you take a look at your 3 hours, pretty much similar, but the 3 hours gonna tell you, oops guys, I'm making a bull flag. So the 3 hours is, instead of your 3-way move, is telling you guys I'm making a bull flag. And I can possibly give you a possible push. Okay, so that's what the 3 hours is giving you, but you don't want to confirm it yet, right? You don't want to confirm it yet because you still, like I say, you can still drop all the way down. Okay, like when BTC was at a 10K, you remember some traders was some traders were calling it like a bull flag, right? Like this. Okay, and then what happened, right? We moved like inside the channel, right? Get the funny wedge and then drop all the way down. Okay, so have to be very, very cautious and take a look at it in all angles. Okay, all angles, and then pick your right decision. And you take a look at your 1 hour time frame and 45 minutes. So they're not in favor of any possible push, but the only thing the bulls could pull out is like they could like basically say is like the volume is decreasing, but you're not dropping me lower. Okay, and then you got your descending triangle. It's pretty much bearish, so but this move is basically it's a bearish pattern. It needs to make this move, right? It needs to make this move. Predictable. Okay, predictable sideways. All right, not predictable, but you gotta understand what you're doing too. You just don't jump in and say predictable, right? Jump in and say predictable, but you just gotta be patient and find the right pattern, and then because like this pattern we're talking about right now, it can make so many moves, right? On the 45 minutes you can see you can see, you could say, okay, we got A, B, and C. That's what we're supposed to get, right? And or you can say, you can count this and say, okay, that's impulse, and then this is a B wave, corrective wave we could be getting, okay, and then we're gonna get this move, right? So you get, you know, your B wave in this area, you're gonna go to the lower degree and find it and say A, B, and C, right? It's kind of overextended, but let's do it like this. A, B, and C, okay? You could, if you're scared enough and then you don't want to short right now, you got pretty much valid reason to say, hey, I'm gonna wait a little bit, okay? I'm gonna wait for the next possible 4 or 5 green candles on the 45 minutes, right? And then I'm gonna short it. I'm gonna short it 50% of this candle, so that might be even juicier, okay? So you could say that I'm gonna short it at our entry, which is like 82.90, right? In this area. In this area. But that's why sometimes it is good to have like a 2 account. You know, you shorting this one, you say I don't want to scalp this one, I'm just gonna short it with a normal leverage, right? But it pushed back up and you got your second plan, it went up to like, it goes up to like a 70 to 80, like, okay, I'm gonna get my scalping account right now, open it up and then hit it right here, okay, or anywhere in this area. So if this one fell, right, if the ABC correction fell, the WXY on the lower degree, like it all depends if you're scalping or you're looking forward to buy BTC for the next 4 years, right? I wouldn't go more than a 35%, okay, more than 35%. I wouldn't go more than 35%, assuming you already, I mean total holding, okay, that's what I mean. Assuming like you only got like maybe 15%, you know, from like a 7K level, maybe, you know, another 15% from that area, and then you save another 15% down, just in case, like, you know, we got a big move to the upside, you know, and then the bull market cancel again, you just get out, right? But your biggest starch should be like sitting on the side, you know, sitting on the side until like the bull market is basically confirmed, like, you know, like these type of moves, right? Like these type of moves in this area, okay? This type of move, and then you're like, oops, I'm gonna start buying now. Yes, you're gonna buy higher, but you're not expecting it to go 90% down, right? You're expecting it to go like a 4, 5, 6, 7 X's, right? 7X, not X's, right? So, but we just gotta be patient, man. We broke that's a big market structure we just broke. The entire market structure, we just broke it, okay? We just broke it. And I mentioned it, guys, that's a descending triangle not too long ago, okay? That's another descending, okay? You can call it descending triangle, or you can call it a contracting, whatever you want to call it. But that's a big market structure we just broke. And I showed you also why we shouldn't be closing below the 7800, okay? I showed you like a couple days ago, even before we closed below it, on the 21 days candle, okay? We haven't closed below it, but you know, on the Heikin-Ashi, we haven't closed below it, right? We haven't closed below it, but we didn't want like to close you know, below 78. Let's see, right now Heikin-Ashi candle is like a 78.75. So on the Heikin-Ashi, okay, so that's a good news, right? That's a good news, at least for the short term. That's a good news. That's a good news, guys. But we don't want to close below 78.50 basically, okay? We don't want to close. And this candle gonna close on the 30th, so we got like 7 more days, all right? We got 7 more days. Ice, man, you got all the time in the world to buy, man. You got all the time. It's not a financial advice, but I'm just telling you guys. Most people are going to tell you buy today, right? And then tomorrow they're going to tell you we're going to drop to 6K, right? I'm not going to tell you that. I told you that we're going to drop to those levels, like since BTC was 14K, all right? Tell you we're gonna drop down to those levels. I'm not gonna be like, okay, because when you buy BTC, I don't get richer, okay? It's you who are gonna have to wait longer to accumulate more BTC, right? And you're not, you know, so if I say, I'm not advising you, but I'm just telling you what I think, okay? I'm telling you, like, when BTC was at 3K, okay, I was saying like, that's it. I was saying like, it's a bull market, we're going to 10K. As soon as we hit a 7K, target was 11K. As soon as we hit 11K, target was 14K. So I was not even given like these 200 points, 500 points target. I was given 3,000 point targets, 3,000 point targets, right? But that was a bull market, okay? Every move can be tolerated, okay? Every mistake can be tolerated. But now, you're going to get punished, okay? You're going to get punished, right? Can I see a 50x move at 67.50? 67.50 by the 24th. We already on the, it's almost, we got like less than 24 hours before the 24th, right? I wouldn't do 50x ICX. Yeah, 10K can, yes, it can last a year for $200 a week, because that's 2% a week, right? So, and you got a 52 weeks, 2% times 52, that's the, yep. So, except like you're gonna miss 2 weeks, right? So if you have 10K, you don't want to put 2% a week, you put 1% a week, that's it, and you're still gonna have 5K at the end of the year, right? So okay. So this is the thing, that's what it is. What is it saying is like, let's say I got a, let me pick an easy number, right? Let me go to the lower degree. So let's say I got a sometimes I have to think before I explain, right? So what is it saying is like, hey, let's say I got a position, right? I got a position at a 14x. Okay, 14x is my position, not position, but my leverage, right? I'm gonna call it L, right? And I know I got 10 BTC, okay, for just a random number, right? I got 10 BTC on my account, right? So I'm doing 14x, okay, but I'm only using one BTC, okay. For instance, I'm only using one BTC. So if I'm using only one BTC at 14x, and I know I'm in trouble, right? Okay, I know I'm in trouble. I want to reduce my leverage. All I have to do, just decrease my leverage down to 7. Okay, but once I decrease my leverage down to 7, my position going to be 2 BTC. 2 BTC. Okay, all right, my position going to be 2 BTC. That's what it is saying. So you can, once you decrease your leverage, you're increasing your margin. Okay, you're increasing your margin, right? So it is very important. So if I'm doing like high level, I can start off like, let's say I can start off with a high leverage. Okay, I can start off like, let's say I want to do any position 14x, like 7200. Okay, I'm doing 14x, but I'm only gonna use a little bit of my money, maybe like 5% of my money. Okay, and use 5%, but I'm intending to really use like 20% of it, but I'm only going to use 5% of it at very high leverage. Okay, when I enter at 7280, I'm only going to use $5 and do like a 14x. Okay, if BC goes up to like a 74, okay, I'm just going to decrease my leverage to 7. So I'm not gonna worry about like the liquidation or any of those stuff, right? Because I'm not using all my money at the beginning. I'm only using 5% of it, and now my intention was to use 20%, right? So, and you can always start off with a high leverage, but you have to understand what you're doing. Okay, you have to understand what you're doing. The other thing also you can do is like, you start off with a very low leverage, okay, but with high margin. Okay, high margin. So let's say I'm shorting BTC right now at 7200, right? But I'm gonna short it with 2x, okay? Like, no, let's say 3x, right? I'm gonna short it 3x, right? At 7200. I got a bad handwriting even when I'm writing on the screen. 7200. I'm gonna do 2x, right? So why am I doing 2x? Because I'm using 20% of my position, right? Let's say I'm using 20% of my capital at 2x, right? 20%, not x. 20% of my capital at 2x. But when I start winning the trade, right? When the trade is going on my way, I'm gonna increase my leverage. Okay, just increase my leverage. Instead of 2x, I'm gonna do it like 4x, right? When I do 4x, now I'm only using 10% of my. I'm only using 10% of my capital because I increased my leverage from 2 to 4. So I have to basically decrease the margin from, you know, basically half it, because I doubled this one. I have to have it. I have to cut half the margin. So I'm going to decrease. It's going to decrease like 10%. So 10% going to align with 4%. So you basically increase your profitability, because you're not increasing your profitability, but you just playing with the numbers and say, hey, I want to get out quick, so let me just cut it half, put stop, basically put stop loss by you know, take profit basically, because you're going to take profit as soon as you cut it half, and then not cut half, but as soon as you double your leverage, you're basically taking profit, because the position is on your way, is on your favor. You already like 30% green or 40% green with 2x. You can just increase it to 4x if you want, and put stop loss, right? Put stop loss. So hopefully it makes sense, but you just have to think it through, and then keep playing with it. Use like $100 and do 2x, right? And then change your leverage to 4x and see like how your margin going to get affected, right? How your margin going to get affected. Kung Fu. Yeah, so you can always start with low leverage and with high margin, and if you want to cut off your margin, you just increase your leverage. So you start with 2, you know, with 20% of your capital, but your intention was really to start with 4, you know, with 10% of your capital. So as long as the trade is on your favor, all you do is just switch it to 4. So you take your money and then say, okay, the trade working for me. So yeah. So, and all of this stuff, man, guys, it is not something like you know, I learn or something. I just play with the computer and look at it, and it makes sense, and I talk about it, you know, with group members, you know, and we discuss, you know, and it makes sense, right? It makes perfect sense. All right, guys, it seems like the trade is on our way, man, because although it is decreasing, so that's a 2 hours time frame. I can ask you. All right, guys, it's about to be 3 o'clock in the morning. 2 hours, very engulfing. Nothing beautiful right now about BTC. So let's see how we're gonna wake up. So basically, let's go back to Discord. BTC. Okay, target is 6550 to 6650, right? But all right, do not wait for the exact target. Okay, let me show you. Okay, if it goes like to 2/3 of this candle, okay, you can 2/3 to 1/3. Even though we're looking for 6650, if you get like 6750 to 6750, you can basically 6750 to 6850, you can start like taking profit and just adjust your stop loss. Okay, just adjust your stop loss. At 3 to 5x, some of you guys entered at 70 to 80. That's almost like still, okay, that's still good. Like 78, that's 6% drop. Okay, that's 6% drop. So even 5x, that's 30, 3x, that's 18. If you do 4x, that's 24. So you know, you can't complain, right? Can't complain. You can't complain. So, but let's see how it goes. Okay, stop loss still the same, 74.10, 74.35, right? So we got the 21 EMA. It could save us on the let's take a look at on the hourly. It's very close, right? Very close. We don't need to break it right now. If we break it in right now, we're gonna be in trouble because the 100 EMA is right there at 7,700, right? So let's see the 2 hours 21 EMA can save us if like we push to the upside to 73.85 on Binance. It could be the same on BYBIT, right? That's BYBIT. Okay, that's BYBIT. Okay, that's BYBIT. 21 EMA on the 2 hours is like a 73.85, so it can save us. It can save us. All right, guys. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna be basically very free this week if I don't go out of town. So we could be doing live stream almost every single day for the rest of the week, unless I go out of town. But I'm free like the rest of the week. All right. So, all right, guys. You be safe out there, and then I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. Be safe. All right. Be safe and don't do anything crazy. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, man. And by the way, I forgot to show you one thing. Okay, this indicator Armor. Okay, he sent. I got it from Armor. Right. So if you take a look at it on the 21 days candle, Heikin-Ashi, not weekly, but the bigger time frame, the 21 days Heikin-Ashi. Okay, you can see if you go, I'll send this on the public group. Okay, if you go back on the previous bull market, you can see the top was basically spotted. Okay, spotted, and we got another top in this area. So it gives you the exact bottom on the yes, we got a noise in this area, but if you calculate how many buys and sell we got, like since when, since the previous top was like 2013, November 2013 to like a November 2019, you only get like 1, 2. If you ignore these two signals, which is pretty much you know, both of them green. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signal in 6 years. So basically you get like 1 signal a year on average. Okay, 1 signal a year on average, right? So that's pretty good if you look at it. Okay, no noise at all. The only noise you got like in 6 years is like only one noise. Okay, so the bottom was perfect, this top was perfect, this top was perfect, and then this bottom was perfect like back in 2013, right? Top also perfect, you can argue, right? So perfect bottom. Okay, on the 21 days candle Heikin-Ashi. So even on the weekly, I back tested it on the weekly. Since we got this sell signal, right, on the weekly it has a bottom in this area, a buy signal, and since then like we only got like 1 noise, just like the noise we got on the 21 days candle. And then you can see like the weekly also has like a sell signal since like 11K. And I just started like checking this thing out, right? Not even like a month or something like that, right? I'm still studying it and trying to find the best time frame to be reliable. But right now it seems like the 21 day Heikin-Ashi, you can rely on it on like for top formation. Okay, as up to now. All right, but we still gonna be studying it. but I'm not using it for any scalping purposes or stuff like that, right? So, but as up to now, but if we pump to the upside and break this area of a 10.3, 10.4, definitely it's gonna give a buy signal. Okay, it's gonna give a buy signal. It could give a buy signal, but as up to now, no buy signal on the 21 days candle. For those of you guys swing trading, okay, that could be a good. I'm not saying to go buy it or anything. I'm not promoting. I'm not doing anything. I'm just using it to study. All right, so you use whatever you want to use. All right, so I'm just sharing what I think. All right, so it's not mine. I'm not getting commission. I'm not getting anything. Right, so just to be clear, right, just to be clear. So, touching the 67. Yeah, once we hit that target, let's just not anticipate it. Okay, I don't want to anticipate this one, because if we anticipate it and we keep it carries on, right? Because I showed you two possibilities. Okay, that's why I don't want to. We got a possibility of even going lower, like keep carrying, keep dropping. All right. So let me just go back to it, okay, since you asked. So we said like we got a WXY correction, right? We said this move, we got a possibility of counting this a three-way move, or counting this, say like this is going to be a three-way move, this one, right? This is going to be the three-way move, okay, instead of this being the three-way move. Instead of this being the three-way move, right, we're gonna get the bigger three-way move, basically, right? So that's why it's not for sure to say like if we get this as a three-way move, right, this one could just carry on, could be a could carry on all the way down to like even 6K before even like making another wave, just like this. So we just have to be we just have to wait, because right now, you can see the 21 is bearish crossover. That's not good at all. Last time we got such bearish crossover, you can see what happened in this area. We kept carrying, we just kept going down, so we just have to be careful, okay, before we start calling for push to the upside. Even though we got the pattern, okay, we got the pattern, this, we could get this lower high in this area, but we have to get confirmation, a double bottom in this area, a nice clean divergence, and then we take it to the upside. Wait for the initial push to the upside, wait for the flag, and then just go long. We don't have anything to lose, okay? We don't, because we're leveraging anyway. You gotta remember, you're leveraging. So if you miss 1%, you can increase your leverage 1%. If you're doing 3%, do 4%. If you're doing 1%, do 2%. So you don't have to wait. You don't have to enter exactly at 77. You can enter 79 or 78, okay? Because you're using like 2 times, 3 times more money than what you're supposed to use. All right, guys. I think that's enough. It's been like almost 2 hours. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot, Nick. Bye.